Well, back to that electricity issue, and issues have become common conversation over the past few months as some Kenyans have been growing frustrated over high bills in some cases owing to estimations, blackouts, as well as occasional inaccessibility to services such as token generation and more. Now, to give us a bit more on what the CS Energy, that is Charles Keter, had to say on the matter, we're now joined live by our reporter Alex Mwangi. Alex?
So we are here, Gladys, we are right here at Stima Plaza at the headquarters of Kenya Power, and we've just come from a press conference where Kenya Power was giving a briefing on the challenges that customers have faced regarding matters to do with their payments of tokens and payments of power or electricity to Kenya Power itself. You know that one of the tokens method of payment is one of the ways that Kenya Power uses to get its revenues, and what we've learned so far is that Kenya Power says it has resolved the matter of payment of tokens, and for those who had paid any money and then they still haven't received any tokens, Kenya Power says that in the next 2 weeks they should have received their monies. Another thing that Kenya Power says is that it has completed or it has reconciliated the accounts that it has with the customers who have paid monies but not received any tokens. But then now the challenge is for the vendors that it has. Kenya Power has 15 vendors, and those vendors are the ones who collect money on its behalf at a commission. Now these vendors, Kenya Power says it will take about 2 weeks for them to reconcile their accounts. And so there are still some customers who are yet to receive any refunds from monies that they've paid but not receive the tokens. But Kenya Power says that this should happen in the next 2 weeks. And then something else that came up during this press conference was the issue of Kenya Power being said to be a monopoly, and Kenya Power denies that fact. It says that in fact the ERC, as the regulator, has given permission to some other power providers to distribute electricity, and so Kenya Power on its part argues that it is not a monopoly, but that there are others who are still providing power, who are competing with it, even though it is obvious that Kenya Power is the one that has a majority share in terms of the distribution of power. Another issue that came up, Gladys, during this event was the launch of a certain application. Kenya Power has launched a self-service app which can be accessed via the App Store, that is for Android users, and it is also available to iPhone users. That app is meant to help customers to access data regarding their payments and maybe even to look at the history of the way they've paid, and basically giving the customer the opportunity to have information in their power regarding their accounts. And so from now going forward, once you download that application and use it, you're going to be able to even see, for example, for the previous months, how much you've paid, and whether your account, whether what you pay has gone up or gone down. It will basically be able to also give you a chance to monitor the payments that you make, and also enable you to know whether you are paying much more than you'd want to pay or whether you are paying the right amount of money. Another issue, as I come to a conclusion, another issue that was said regarding Kenya Power is that the Cabinet Secretary Keter has talked about the harmonization of tariffs, and he has ordered the management to harmonize the tariffs within the next 3 months. Why is this important? This is important because the public has been complaining that sometimes you pay money using a certain amount of money. Sometimes you pay money using a certain amount of money, but then you get a few units. And say, for example, you pay 1,000 shillings at the beginning of the month, then you get a certain number of units, then you pay the next month, say you pay in the middle of the month and you get a different number of units. Now this is something that Kenya Power has been told to harmonize by the CS, and this should take about 3 months. And once this is complete, it means that someone should be able to pay for 1,000 shillings. You should be able to get the same number of units for whatever number of tokens you buy, but you're going to get the same number of units whether you're a prepaid customer or whether you're a postpaid customer. That is the update from Stima Plaza. Back to you, Gladys.
Thank you, Alex Mwangi, speaking to us from Stima Plaza. A lot of questions that have come up in the last couple of weeks about tokens, about the payment of the same and the delivery of the same. And the CS for Energy has actually touched on the same. And to use his words, he says the inflated bills you're getting for your power is due to estimations by Kenya Power employees who are often lazy to do actual meter readings, but also for many of those that have been wondering what happens to the money that I used to pay tokens that I never got, they have touched on the fact that they are resolving or have resolved payment of tokens that were not delivered, and in 2 weeks' time you'll be able to get your refund. Well, a detailed analysis on the same will be coming to you in our subsequent bulletins. For now,